Hello, and a very warm welcome to the Gimme Wrestling podcast. My name is Ant, and today, in association with Soundsphere magazine, we've been provided the audio of an interview with none other than Bill Goldberg. Obviously, this Sunday, he has his championship match against Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble. He talks about that. He talks about his strategy going into it, as well as what it takes to make a WWE superstar. A massive thank you to WWE for providing us with this content, as well as Bill Goldberg for taking time out of his day to do the interview. I can't wait. If you want to watch Royal Rumble, you can find it on the WWE Network this Sunday, where you can see this epic match happen. And if you enjoy this content, please like the video, comment on the video, and share it out. Let as many people see this before Sunday as we can. So the first question that Goldberg got asked was, have you been watching Drew's run as WWE champion over the past year? And how do you think he's done?
I haven't watched all of it, but I have been attentive. No question. Even though I've been away, you need to check in and make sure that your product is being represented by the right people. And I'm a fan of Drew's. I appreciate what he's done. I appreciate the long road to his success that he's traveled. My question though is he ready? And we're not going to know until he steps in the ring with me.
Goldberg was then asked, can we expect any surprises in your match against Drew this Sunday?
I don't think you're going to get any surprises. That's if you're a logical human being, understanding what his strengths are and where I need to put chinks in his armor so that I can destroy him. I think that if you look at breaking down an opponent logically, no one will be surprised as to what I do.
WWE Superstars have come to the squared circle from a variety of different places: professional football, mixed martial arts, Olympic powerlifting, rugby, and more. Do you think there's an advantage coming over from competitive sport?
1,000% yes. There is no question that it gives you an edge, whether it be on the mic or whether it be athletically performing your craft, your newfound craft. You have quite obviously a physical advantage, depending upon where you're coming from, because you wouldn't have been tabbed, quote unquote, a professional athlete if not. You cannot get by faking it as a professional athlete. It does not work like that. You are always asked to perform a job, and if you do not do it, you do not cut it. So also being a professional athlete, you learn how to deal with the media. You have the ability to deal with any situation, because playing in the NFL, you were on live TV. It is what it is. And so you do have an advantage. There's no question about it. And anybody who would tell me any differently is a moron.
Goldberg was asked if there's any sports star he thinks could have what it takes to make a WWE superstar.
There are many out there, I think, that could cross over. It's do they want to? I think the ones that I think could do it have never been brought up in the conversation. I think professional football players are the number one hotbed of talent to make the transition. I really do. And I say that not as an ex-professional football player, but I say that as a realist, knowing what they go through, knowing their work ethic, knowing their attention to detail, knowing they're savvy with the PR. Rugby might be the next one.
Goldberg's also had success in film and television, with many citing The Longest Yard as a particular highlight. Can we expect any more movie roles in the future?
I always like to tell people that I'm a competitor, not a performer. And I never aspired to be a television star, a movie star, anything like that. That's not in my plans by any means. I enjoy it. being on the Goldbergs, being on NCIS. We've got a new show being developed right now, a series, an action series, and then there's a car show up. We're talking about what network that's going to go on, but I like doing things that I enjoy. Doing a series based upon, like an A team and me being the leader of it. I mean, that's right. That's right up my alley. Doing a car show, racing across the country or racing against for American versus imports, anything to do with automobiles. That's what I love to do. Do I aspire to be that guy on TV? Not at all. But I aspire to continue my love of the automobile. And if that brings me a job to hosting something on television, I'll do it in 2 seconds. I'd love to. But as far as doing something, a far departure from my normal everyday life anymore, I don't know if I would invest the time and or effort into doing something like that. So going away and doing a 6-8 month movie role, I don't know if I ever wanted to do that, to be honest. But I don't foresee that as my future.
Stone Cold Steve Austin recently spoke about being confused for Goldberg in airports back in the day with shouts of Goldberg wherever he went. Did you ever get confused by fans shouting Stone Cold at you?
Well, firstly, he should be flattered because I'm a hell of a lot better looking than he is. But it used to really piss both of us off. And we've talked about this exponentially because I like to say we're pretty good friends. But I always took it personally, and it made me mad because Steve Austin's like 250 and I was 285, 290. So I thought that if they thought I was Steve, then they thought I was small, right? And for a guy who's a defensive lineman who walks around trying to be as big as he is, as he can be, I took that as a slight, not because they thought I was Steve Austin, the awesome wrestler, but because I was small, right? So there's another layer to it. But throughout the years, we used to both get really pissed off. Now I think it's hilarious. And we actually try to bring it up to each other when it happens. It's pretty fun.
Austin versus Goldberg is considered by many to be the dream match that never was. Is that the one you look back at and wish could have happened?
Oh my God, I wouldn't be living and breathing if I didn't make that statement. There was no other match for my sake that needed to happen more so than that one. It was a timing issue. It was just a timing issue and an injury issue. And I love him exponentially, man. He's a great dude. And to have graced the ring with him, in a match would have been absolutely phenomenal.
Goldberg's traveled the world. Where are some of the places that you love to visit and why?
I took a trip to Glasgow and did a signing. And it was absolutely drop dead, one of the most gorgeous places, one of the coolest places that I ever set foot. I've been a lot of places around the world, and Saudi Arabia was awesome. It was completely different than the impression that you have of it, especially being Jewish. It was definitely different for me. Going to Japan, I always loved Japan. Australia was unbelievable. Playing football in the World Football League, going to Germany and then going to Barcelona. Anytime I go to London, it's awesome. So, I mean, there's so many wonderful places. There truly are. I really miss the sushi in Japan.
Are there any younger talent that you're looking at and thinking they are massive stars of the future?
Well, I mean, the usual suspects. I mean, I do believe that, a Drew McIntyre, a Keith Lee, and a Ricochet. And I mean, I've always been a Finn Balor. I've always been a huge fan of his. So, I mean, I'd have to say those four, are the future. There's no question about it. In my opinion, and what do I know?
Assuming Goldberg becomes WWE champion this Sunday, who would he like to see win the Royal Rumble and challenge him at WrestleMania?
Wow, that's an interesting question. I'm going to plead the fifth and just say I don't care. It doesn't matter because I got to get through Drew first. And right now he's the only one on my mind. I'm not looking past him for 1 second because he deserves the respect, from a guy like me. He really does. And so I hope that I can conquer him. Absolutely. And whoever the opponent is that wins the Rumble, that gets to compete against the champion on the 11th and the 12th. I mean, it's going to be a wonderful fight, whoever it is. But I got to kick Drew's ass first.
Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please consider leaving a like, comment down below, join the discussion about Goldberg this Sunday at Royal Rumble, and share the video out. Let's get as many people seeing this as we can. And of course, subscribe for more wrestling content. Take it easy, guys.